Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Now, I started this series again in order to prove that I can actually play this game. Now, having successfully proven that I can play this game, I am going to build some planes. So yeah, in a move that surprises no one, I'm starting off building MiGs. Do you think this thing actually focuses a direction? So, because of, the game design, I can't actually design the exact thing. So I'm just going to make it relatively close. So I'm going to start off with a MiG-15 because that's one of the early famous ones. And that's basically a small jet engine, so... Wow, that's a small jet engine. I can't help but feel most of these things are too big. Okay, so we're just going to have to hide that inside a cowling somewhere. How much air intake does it require? Air intake 1. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna put more than one of them on. So, start off with, we need an appropriate air intake, because we've got a circular air intake, or we have the spike intake down here. Wow, that's way too small. So if we start with that one, which is the appropriate for the front, that's not what you'd imagine the inside would look like, but on the positive thing for this design, the way that it is on the actual thing, I can add some fuel, at least. Then stick that on. Then somehow manage to put something over it that makes it look less out of place. The thing is though, the capsule areas, you can't get them any smaller, because that's the smallest cockpit they do. So you can't just build one that's got a little bit on the front, so maybe if I try to stick one of these over it. Okay, it's not going to let me stick that inside, is it? Where'd I put it? So, we've got a back. That's good enough, but we need to have a very small jet engine. So what I need is a small fuel tank, which comes in up here. And, these are the little ones that are designed to fit it. And then put a little one on the front for aerodynamics, a small circular intake. We fear that's a better intake, but I'm not going to complain. So that's you on the front there. Then we just move this to vertically on top. And use the move tool to do that. Down one. There you go. You are. No one sees. There you go. And mysteriously it will get air and fuel from somewhere. Admittedly, the original was a bit longer, so if we chuck on enough fuel, maybe? Yeah, if we get enough fuel tank, chuck it on and we'll get the proper length. Okay, so that's about right for the body shape, right? So now, we need some wings. Now we need delta wings for that, and that is stupid. So we need the mirrored and light deltas. No, not good enough. So where's some plain... It's like, yeah, just under the cockpit there. That works, but we need to get the elevators. Yeah. Okay, will you stick there? No, that's not straight enough. Okay, that's straight in line with wing, and I've had enough doing this long way. Nope, that's not working at all. Gotta love doing delta wings, eh? Okay, I say that's close enough. Grab that, move up. Whoops, did that wrong. So we chuck a second one here. Okay, apparently it doesn't like what I've done. How slight's the angle on these wings? Okay, is that flat now? Yeah, good. Okay, I'm gonna say that's close enough. There. It doesn't really matter, it has the same effect anyway. So we now need to put a tail on it. So it's a good big delta on it, so, you know, that would be taking the megabit, so small delta. No, not bigger delta, small delta. Now where are you? Small delta. I mean, I never said any of my planes were going to be perfect. I believe I specifically said they won't be. But so we add a little bit of control surface to the back of that. Is that right? Oh, yes, I got something right. And then that's too big. Are you smaller? I see you do not want to stick where I want to stick you. I don't blame you. But we do need a smaller winglet than that. So, do we have like a small inlet or anything? a small winglet. Too big? Would make a better actual tail for it though, but it moves too much. We need only a small bit of movement. That's much too big again. So we stick that on the tail and rotate down. Why do we only have one? And a relatively high bit for it. So there. Okay, and now we need some wheels, because this particular disaster is not capable of rolling yet. So let's... Okay, single. Now I remember why it was on single. And then another pair of singles here. Wait, no, now we need to be on pairs. Okay, now we need to move this one upwards significantly. Still a little bit too high. A little bit too low. That looks okay. That's going to be a big problem. Where's the center of mass? Because if I get this, yeah, so... I have a little choice with that. They sort of go in there. But they do sort of take the position of the wing fences, so... I'll settle for that, yeah. That's a separation rocket. Not exactly what I need. But we do have little fuel tanks, so if we get a connector strut... Yeah, where are the struts? I'm trying to remember where these things are. No, we don't deploy those. And anyone who's seen me fly knows we need that. So, where were we? Structural, wing struts, structural pylon, small hardpoint. How big is this? Oh, whoa, that is way too big. That's bigger. Okay, yes. Do we? Coupling. Okay, we're good coupling. That's too big. Small coupling. Okay, that's relatively close. Fuel tank. And where's the smallest? You are here. Wow, this is not gonna go well. They clear the floor, right? It's like as small as it gets. Too big. Is it like a small aerodynamic nose cone? Like a tiny little one? No. Okay, we're just gonna have to... That looks silly. Okay, fine. We're not getting structural hard points on this one. So... I don't particularly want to lose it when I crash it. Okay, you are our most experienced pilots. Good luck. Let's see how well my MiG flies. I'm already laughing because I know how bad this is going to go. You know when I did the balance point? It wasn't there, right? Okay, so back, rivet flight to the hangar. Oh, it's just slightly behind. Okay. No, the little blue arrow. There you go. That should be behind the central point now. Look, there was no way I was making that look pretty, okay? I don't imagine this goes well, by the way, but it's fine. We give it a little engine, because that's what the original plane had. Okay, we are now balanced. Stability control, because we're gonna need it. No, let's separate out my brakes and parachute, please. Or brakes and engine. As is tradition, unpaved runway. Well, this is a heap done slower than the last time I tried to fly one or fly a plane here, but we're getting up to speed. I wonder what the takeoff speed of this thing is. Nope, that did nothing. I guess we're ski jumping off the end. 80, 84. Right. Did not achieve sufficient speed to take off. Well. What is its actual lift characteristics? I mean, yeah, it should be lifting up just fine. Why did it nose down? I mean, that position there, it's almost center. That should be lifting, and it's got quite a bit of force. Okay, so we take a bit of the weight out, right? We should maybe be able to take off. Try number 2. Now, I've flown MiG-21s, I've flown MiG-25s, I've had a Valkyrie in the air. Well, it has it's at least aiming in the right direction. Yeah, center of mass is just millimeters behind the wheels. Okay. Do you think I've just grabbed the engine off the end or the entire module there? Well, answers that question. So I think we can grab the entire module now. Because we all know the actual problem's the fuel tank, right? And this game does not care otherwise. Right, so that should be balanced. Now I've got rid of that huge center fuel tank. Because I mean, in the actual plane, it wasn't a giant center fuel tank. That was, in fact, that was the engine, the giant bit in the center. We are balanced. Starting off with reduced fuel. And the brakes on. I can't help but feel something isn't working here. Just a slight feeling something's wrong. Please play an hanger. So that was producing quite a little bit of power, but absolutely no motion, which is weird. Okay, so we grab that bit out, chuck that there. So I'm just going to have to put a bigger engine on the back, aren't I? Right, so if I just put a bigger engine on the back and put a massive thrust limiter on it. There are no other jet engines, it's just that one and this one. So thrust limiter, so it's 120 and I need it to be producing... I mean, that thing there's only does 20, so if I put it down to like 25%... Sorry, 33% should be about 40. Okay, so where's my center of mass? Might fall over. Right, so I've given it a significantly reduced engine, but that's sort of a necessity at this point. Either way, that little engine was not enough for this, so... I should separate them out. I mean, those parachutes were really overestimating my ability to fly. Okay, how much power are you making? I think you'll cut out around 40, but hopefully we'll have enough power to get into the air this time. That's a quite jet engine, isn't it? But we're over the speed we were at last time. Whoa, whoa. Well. Okay. So that when the controls were inverted, did I just actually lose a Kerbal to that stupidity? Yep, I think I just lost my favourite Kerbal to that level of stupidity. Okay, so those on the tail did absolutely nothing for control whatsoever. Okay, Jeb, you saw what happened to the last pilot. How are you feeling? So those did nothing whatsoever to control the plane. So they're going. Bye. So we got 2 of these. Put them there. Now, get the move tool, move up. They won't let me move them far enough. Damn it, they thought of that. Fine. So we put them there, and we rotate them down. There you go. Hopefully those winglets are able to move. Oh, that is so close to the wheel. Okay, it's vision free. We may get Jeb killed. It's okay, I'll begin Val back and I'll be just do a double mission, just do both worlds and get, or do both moons and get her recovered in one. Okay, let's not be over enthusiastic. So I don't know if this will solve my control issues from last time, because it just spun up nose first because there was no tail control. This time we have tail control. I should have tested that before we were moving, but screw that. We still have the thrust limiter. Yep, you're about right. And we're off. Gear up. Okay, this is actually pretty good by my standards. It cannot fly upwards. Huh. Now I've wondered what this thing is over here for a while, so I'm going to go and investigate. I don't know. We have desperately overshot the target here, so... I don't think we have enough altitude in order to do that in once. Let's go around and try again. Can it do a loop? Whoop, 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 whoop. We have wheels, this is what they're for. God, and brakes. I'm not going to cheat and use reverse thrust. Okay, that's my first ever landing. Now what is this thing? My first ever landings in a MiG-15, that's pretty good. By my standards. I mean, I'd strip like half the fuel out of it and everything else, but... let's keep going straight and pull off the brakes. Just roll up to it. I wonder if this is a biome. Okay, and stop. Turn off the engine because, you know, EVA. A little bit of walking. Still just Kerbal shore. You would have thought this would come up as a biome. It's okay, we don't need the helmets. Or the neck ring. I swear, it gave me an option when I got close. Okay, it won't let me climb. Fine. I guess. So, it's a giant monolith for squad. Fair enough. Just get our way back to the plane. Then we can be recovered safely and start the next plane. So yeah, like, my original plan was to just go out and visit the island over there. But what do you mean I can't get back in my own plane? Oh, okay, we can just top. It's all good. B. I'm literally on top of the cockpit here. Can I just get in? No? You're not going to let me in. Okay, B. Okay, we can get in and be recovered. So that was pretty slow to get over there, right? I mean, no one's going to disagree with me. So, as I'm just having fun, we have confirmed that I make flies. So, let's give her an hour before I can revive her. So, well, we've now seen that it flies, but that takeoff was appalling. So what we need is rocket-assisted takeoff. Now, where is it? No. So we have a flea, right? I mean, that's pretty big, right? So we get one of them. Put like one of them per side. Get one of these. Put one of them per side. I mean, it's going to take off a bit faster, right? We'll get into the air at a reasonable pace. Now, unfortunately, after Val's death and my incompetence of piloting, we're going to have to shoot Kerbal again. So let's see what gives out first. This plane is enthusiastic at getting into the air. I fully support this. So we're going to try to get to the island, which is straight ahead. Go. He's all right. Would you like to stop? Well, the back of my engine's still over there, so... Okay, so, space plane hangar. The mistake I made there? I mean, apart from strapping two massive engines to the back of a small fighter. Oh, that's doable. Just... Okay, they're now behind. It'll be fine. Hopefully, this time we'll be aiming straight down the runway, so when it all goes to... Wait a minute. Decouple was on a separate section, wasn't it? All engines, then decouple. Okay, we're ready? Feeling brave? We're at takeoff speed. We're at spinning speed. We can't come back from that. Well, we tried. So, what I did there was take off too rough. So let's try letting the plane do its own thing. Let's get it up to speed and see if it explodes. And go. Okay, we Well, we nearly broke the sound barrier on the ground. We don't need them anymore. Or those. Well, that was definitely quicker at getting us into the air, but we are not getting towards that landmass any quicker. So yeah, this is gonna take some time. You know what? I don't have time, so I mean, it's nice to know that it works. It's nice to know the rocket assistance works, but this is the point where I need a proper plane. So we're going to move on from the MiG-15. And this time, I'm going to upgrade a bit. I'm going to skip out the 21 because of the amount of time we have left, and just skip to the MiG-25 because why did they use that version for the picture? I don't know. So what I need is an aerodynamic nose cone. That will do if that is... Oh, it's so cute. Right. So then on the back here we need like a lot of fuel because this thing eats fuel like there's no tomorrow. So if we get like the big fuel tanks, that's the small fuel tank, get the big one, run our way back. Just about 3 of these back, I think. Let's just give it a 4th, because, you know, why not? Now we're going to need a set of those to either side. Now admittedly, the actual plane is a lot more box-shaped, but I will settle for... But you know, we're going to be using some big engines, right? Okay, so I'm saying that one's more powerful. How much air do I actually need into these? Max thrust and max thrust. They're pretty much the same. Yeah, that one's a little bit weaker, so I'll go with that because it's an older plane. Yeah, this is the weakest of the set, oddly, but it's a nice one. So the airflow requirement to it is... Airflow, where are you? Air intake is 7. So I need aerodynamics and definitely 2 scoop intakes. Then we get pre-coolers. So each pre-cooler is worth 5, I think. Sorry, air intake amount is 5, and each of those equals 2. So that should equal one of those engines each, because they need 7.7. So they're never going to get to 100% thrust like that. So the question is, do I chuck in another pre-cooler, or... I don't like that on the back there. So just chuck that off, get a fuel tank, because... Sorry, someone's saying there's enough fuel tanks on a plane. I'd like to disagree strongly. And then engine. Big set of them. mean, this is basically what the plane was, which is a giant flying engine. Okay, so I've built it a bit wrong. So first of all we need to get these, move them back a bit. We need 2 of them. Why did that turn off? So they go in about that position. Which means we can... Nope, no, chuck that, get back on. There you go. Chuck them, get rid of that fuel tank. Bring this back. Okay, that's better. So we pull this in a little bit, right? So to there. Yeah, those things are gonna be pretty powerful. So then we've got the set of wings going back. Now big S delta is going to be a bit too big, so we need standard delta. Actually, yes. And then I think these are usually my best bet for the back of the plane. Okay, yeah, that's actually sort of how they are on the actual plane as well, because they're sticking out over the back for some reason. But not inside the engine, because why would you have that inside the engine? So there you go. Get some control surfaces on this. Nope. 1 and 2. Yes, that's about right. I think I swapped that out for small deltas. So if I go up here, grab a small delta and another one. Yes, they have a slight canter to them and do go over the engine. I'll say that's close enough. Grab you, pull you back a bit. That far? Yeah, there you go. Then, of course, we need wheels for this thing. Just bring the entire plane forwards. And up a bit. Because I'm sure that will create no graphical glitches at all at the end of this. Also, these are mounted much higher, so they're single units, right? Grab that. Okay, will it let me do finer movements? Yes, it will. Then yeah, that's about right. I don't see this going wrong at all. I say that a lot. So we aim you forwards, and we get another one over here, and we aim you 2 forwards. Okay, and offset you upwards so you're hidden inside the fuselage. Grab you, hide you upwards so you're hidden inside the fuselage because we don't want them being visible. And we need to put control surfaces on that so we have rudders. We need rudders. There you go. So that's my attempt to make 25. I'm going to save it because I don't want to lose it. Space Barrier can't have over 30 parts. How many does it have? 32. Is this something that I can throw away that I won't miss? Landing gear? No. Fine. I like the broken down hangar though. But if you're not going to let me do it, fine. Upgrade. Come on, let me do this off the dirt runway. It's more fun. I will do it off the land next to the runway if you try to stop me. You are too heavy for the... Okay, fine. I like my dirt runway. Fine. I did inform you that if you do this to me, I'm going to go on that ground next to us. I'm just going to go on the ground next to the launch hangar. Because this is designed specifically for bad rear strips, so... Maybe I should flight test it before I start doing stupid things. Okay, that's all of the control surfaces are working as expected. I'm showing a bit of faith in my piloting ability by not giving me any parachutes this time. So yeah, sort of tradition. These are supposed to be able to take off from unmade airstrips, so it's going off an unmade airstrip. So the question is, who feels brave? My last plane could get into the air at this point. Okay, my landing gear is insufficient for that. If it's a launch, I'll do it properly. Fine. I mean, it got up to speed, and if it was on a decent runway, I'd probably have managed it. So let's get that on. All power to engines. Go. What are we doing? Okay, and we're off. And we are off. This plane does not want to fly. Patience, you can do this. I would say this is not living up to the reputation. It may be because I'm a terrible, buyer, but I mean, it is doing its best, I'll give it that. Come on, up we go. I'm not bad because the weight is like right in front of it. But we have nearly made it to the airfield. I have a feeling we're going to crash long before. No. Can we at least do Mach 1? It's 330, but nope. It's having difficulty even reaching Mach 1. And this is not a dogfighter by any stretch of the imagination. So let's just give it high altitude. We all know it's easier to fly fast at high altitude, right? My engines are actually losing power as they're climbing. This isn't good. And it's losing airflow. We're losing airflow and fuel flow. Losing even more. We're not going to get to altitude, are we? So no, turns out pretty crap. Let's try landing now. No, not there. No, don't do that. And he's okay. He survived. Well, that went well. I think next time I better design a better plane. Well, it looks the part. I mean, it's the wrong colour and everything else, but it's the wrong colour and it flies like arse. That'd be why. You can't really ignore the laws of physics when it comes to aeroplanes. So let's just give it a bit more of a chance, right? So, get some wings, they're about the same width. So nobody's going to see them there. So we do that. Then we get this. No, they're too big. Then we grab one of these. Unfortunately, all of this moving of the wing forwards won't help either, but I mean, we are really improving the handling characteristics here. So we do that and move it inwards. It's okay if the center of mass is hanging below the wings, that's fine. Just continue to hide wings in the front to make it look like it works. And one more wing, like that. I'm going to make this fly before I finish, okay? Okay, and now that should be okay. Now, to be fair, last time we had a lot of the engine power just balancing the plane instead of pushing it. So hopefully this time, with that modification done... Yeah, I'm aware of the situation. Right. So. That. Go. Hopefully this time we'll be able to get some speed out of this. Okay, we've not limped into the air this time. We're flying quite effectively. We are losing a bit of power as we fly upwards. Hopefully once we pass Mach 1 we should be okay for a bit faster flying. The power is increasing as we can see as we're approaching the sound barrier, which is what these are good at and what these are good at. We've only got 86,000 fuel and we're fine. Are we going to break it? Or do I need better engines? I think I may need better engines. Okay, and we've officially broken the sound barrier. It should not have been that hard to break the sound barrier. So let's try to get us up to a reasonable altitude. And this is flying really well now. That's got like 50 wings hidden in the front. I think this engine's just too weak. Losing with altitude as well. This is not boding well for it being a high altitude, very fast interceptor. It can barely even handle like normal airflow. But we have just passed the island on the upside. So yeah, definitely need to rethink on that. Now it does say on the engine that the airflow will be drawn from across the entire plane. Yeah, drains evenly across the whole plane. So it doesn't matter where your air intake is as long as... in theory. Yeah, we still haven't hit that max yet, but we're not expecting it. Oh god, don't touch that. Okay, we're not touching that. So let's just say we take that off and we put these on because I don't know. Troublemaking? I want to have it the mythical performance instead of the actual. And I think this will do better for the actual performance. Engines? Wait, load. Yeah, that's more I'd expect of this plane. That's well over takeoff speed. I smashed the back end doing it. That's more I'd expect. Mach 2 and a quarter. Sorry, Mach 1 and a quarter. $660 for Mach 2. So if we take it to 7.5, sorry, 720 backwards for Mach 2.5. Just go back to being silly. How much power do we need to just hold this speed? Because we're... Okay, this is more what... The only thing holding this thing in any flight is the raw speed. Oh, those rudder's real effective at this speed. Altitude off that. Okay, now we're falling. So it just turns out I'm an inept pilot. And with that, I will finish up and be back next time for more relative chaos. So, hope you've enjoyed more explosions. And I did make a plane that is pretty much a MiG-25 that works. It just took a silly amount of engine power to do it. Even though I'm sure the other engines would have managed it. Okay. So. See you next time, and bye.